Okay.
Matt Qvortrup, you've been an advisor to Tony Blair in British politics about
junior one,
one 10 years ago. How do you see this coming election?
I see it in, it doesn't quite, it's an important election, but they don't really have the star quality that somebody like Tony Blair used to have. Tony Blair sort of had the feeling that he was sort of at the cusp of something new, whereas the candidate this time around, with the possible exception of Nick Clegg, is somebody who, or they are somebody, or individuals who sort of lack kind of the charisma, and also they're not sending out the right messages. The problem with somebody like Gordon Brown, I think, is that he's very much running an election like John Major was in 1997, or indeed Baldwin, 1929, if one wants to go back that far, or Sir Alex Hume in the Dr. Hume in the 60s. He's sort of talking about the past. David Cameron is talking about change, but not quite sure what kind of change he wants. In some ways, you can compare him to Harold Wilson in 1967, who talked about the white heat of technology without explaining what he meant by that. So there are individuals who might well win elections, but in the case of Cameron, but who do not really have a strong mandate for change. Add to that David Cameron at sometimes is somebody who wants to cut taxes and cut spending. Other times he talks about hog a hoodie and things like that. And at yet other times he talks about a big society. He doesn't have one clear single message. And I think that might be a problem for him if he were to become Prime Minister of Britain, which I think he might be in all likelihood over the minority.
His big society, will that go the same way as the third way that Labour had 10 years ago?
I think he might not even get that far. He doesn't really have any proponents that sort of propagate the idea like Tony Keating's was for Gordon Brown and Tony Blair years ago.
The economy's been a big issue. What other issues have there been?
Immigration is a pretty big issue too. I think if you were to rank them, it would be the economy number one, then the NHS number two, and then immigration as the third one. A lot of people talk about Europe. If one were to rank it, it would probably rank about 18, 19, or thereabouts.
The NHS, that needs a lot of money to be corrected, but they want to cut spending and cut taxes and so on. That's a bit of a dilemma, though.
It is, but that's the thing they have to spend money, and then they have to cut taxes, and, well, not taxes, I guess they have to put them up, but cut spending somewhere else.
Okay. Matt Qvortrup, thank you indeed.
You're welcome.
Mike, is there any further Copenhagen voice?